Childhood. Born on December 5th, 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. Walt Disney was born to Elias Disney, Irish-Canadian, and his mother, Flora Call Disney, German-American descent. At age 4, 1906, Walt and his family moved to a farm in Marceline, Missouri. While in Marceline, Walt developed his love for drawing. One of his neighbors, a retired doctor, paid Walt to draw pictures of their horse, Rupert. Teenage. Disney began his freshman year of high school at McKinley High School and also began taking night courses at the Chicago Art Institute. Disney became the cartoonist for the school newspaper. Disney dropped out of high school at the age of 16 to join the army, but was rejected because he was underage. Walt and his friends then decided to join the Red Cross, and they were sent to France for a year, where he drove an ambulance. In January 1920, Disney and iWorks made a company called iWorks Disney Commercial Artist. Disney then took up an interest in the field of animation. Alice comedies. Virginia Davis, the actress who played Alice in Alice in Wonderland, and her family were relocated from Kansas to Hollywood at Disney's request. This was the beginning of the Disney Brothers Studios. In 1925, Disney hired a young woman named Lillian Bounds to ink and paint celluloid. They dated for a while and then they got married that same year. The series, Alice Comedies, was successful. The series ended in 1927 and Walt focused more on animated characters like Julius, who resembled Felix the cat, rather than the live-action Alice. Mickey Mouse. The character Mickey Mouse was based on a pet mouse that he had adopted while working at a Kansas City ad company. UB iWorks reworked the sketches made by Disney so that it was easier to animate. However, Mickey's voice and personality was provided by Disney. UB iWorks designed Mickey's physical appearance, but many say that Walt Disney gave him his soul. The mouse was originally named Mortimer. Lillian Disney thought that the name Mortimer did not fit. Mortimer later became the name Mickey's rival for Minnie, who was taller and had a Brooklyn accent. Disney himself provided the vocals for the earliest cartoons and performed as the voice of Mickey until 1946. First Academy Awards. Disney received a special Academy Award in 1932 for the creation of Mickey Mouse. The Mickey Mouse series was made into color in 1935. Mickey Mouse soon launched spin-off series supporting characters like Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. Pluto and Donald would then immediately get their own cartoons in 1937 and Goofy in 1939. Children. Disney and Lily's first attempt at having children ended in Lily having a miscarriage. Lily then became pregnant again and gave birth to a daughter, Diane Marie Disney, on December 18, 1933. A few years later, the Disneys adopted Sharon May Disney, who was born on December 21, 1934. Planning Disneyland. Disney began drawing sketches for his ideas of an amusement park on a business trip to Chicago in the late 40s. He envisioned the employees spending time with their families. He got this idea after visiting Children's Fairyland in Oakland, California. Disney spent 5 years developing Disneyland and created a new subsidiary of his company called WED Enterprises. 1960 successes. By early 1960, Disney Empire was a major success. Walt Disney Productions established itself as the world's leading producer of family entertainment. Walt Disney was the head of pageantry for the 1960 Winter Olympics. Mary Poppins was released in 1964 and was the most successful Disney film of the 1960s. Plans for Disney World. The plans for Disney World included a larger, more elaborate version of Disneyland. It was to be called the Magic Kingdom. It would feature golf courses and resort hotels. Death. Walt Disney died on December 15, 1966. After many years of smoking, he was diagnosed with lung cancer. On November 2nd, 1966, during pre-surfer X-rays, doctors at St. Joseph Hospital in Los Angeles discovered that Disney had an enormous tumor on his left lung. Days later, Disney went back for surgery, but the tumor had spread to a great extent that the doctors had to remove his left lung. On November 30th, 1960, Disney collapsed in his home but revived by paramedics. He died in the hospital on December 15th, 1966, and was cremated on December 17th, 1966. His ashes reside at the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. The Vision. Ron Disney took full control of Walt Disney Productions and WED Enterprises after Walt's death. Roy died from a cerebral hemorrhage on December 20th, 1971. Today, Walt Disney's animation/motion picture studios and theme parks have developed into a multi-billion-dollar company to carry his name. As of 2007, the company has an annual revenue of over $35 billion.